Welcome back, Tribe. We have a fire episode, I believe, from FB Capital. Been a while since we covered him. Guess he's busy, or it's been too cold out there. In Denmark, I think is where he lives. Older women get furious when men date younger women. Let's just see. His editing is always heat.
Older men and much younger women. It is the bane of existence for older women all over the world. And so when Leonardo...
I've noticed, by the way, a quick quip on this. Only if you're ugly. If you're an uglier, poor man, you don't deserve happiness at all in the eyes of women. If you're an older, attractive, hot guy who's been keeping up with his body, he's probably on TRT and makes a ton of money, you deserve. Go sis. Strong boss, babe. She got herself a good one. Look at the lion she managed to tame and capture. But if you're old, ugly, balding, fat, haven't gotten fat wallet, you deserve to die alone. You're useless, fucking breathing all our air. Just die already. That's what they think. That's what it is. It's If you're attractive, you could get away with it. If you're ugly, you can't. Just wanted to put that out there. I've noticed that in women.
DiCaprio finally broke his infamous 24-year streak of not going over 25. Some older women felt a shift and hoped that older men would now start dating more appropriately. But then 72-year-old Bill Belichick said, "Not on my watch," and dove headfirst into the lap of the 23-year-old Jordan Hudson, triggering older women all over again.
He did not choose her because she's younger than you. Oh, no. He chose her because she's younger than you mentally.
Let me tell you something. That fucking dating pool is full of piss.
Men in their 60s are looking for the younger woman, and they expect that they can get it.
More than 2 decades older than or younger than you. What do you have in common?
Because the reason he's pursuing you is because he's trying to manipulate you.
If it's just physical, that's one thing.
It's all competition, ladies. Don't listen to the older hags. They don't want you dating their dating pool of men. That's all they have. It's dried up to the older guys. And the older guys that are single obviously want youth, beauty, femininity, young, supportive, childbearing women. That's all there is.
But I also have a sensitivity to that of power dynamics.
Some of them have developed an unhealthy relationship with sex.
When men my age go and date women who are 15, 20, 25, 30 years younger than themselves.
Ultimately, it's predatory.
If the guy you are talking to is 5+ years older than you will be easy for him to manipulate.
They have followed their libido to the dark side.
I thought women were strong and independent and mature way faster than men and are just like so much better at social interaction. So it's like, how are you getting manipulated then? Yeah, explain that one, dude. Simultaneously empowered and the victim. Feminism, Schrodinger's feminism.
My dating is not age appropriate. If the people who are pissed off at that, fuck you.
Older women hating on older men for dating younger women. It is such a classic, but it's getting a revamp because in the past, older women would simply admit that they hate being passed over for a younger girl. However, nowadays, older women brag about how they don't need a man and how they are so much happier without them.
We don't need you guys for anything. Deal with it.
While at the same time, they try to turn it around by selling you on the idea that older women are the better alternative.
There are women who are age appropriate who are so filled with life.
Age appropriate technically is 18 and over. So just stop with all this new redefining what age appropriate means. That's an adult person that can go to war, can vote, can do drugs, can smoke, can drive, So stop. I'm not saying be 50 and 18, okay? Maybe a little. There's a lot of disconnect there culturally and just personally. Having a conversation with the 18-year-old would be pulling your hair out, sure, but like 50 and 25, get over yourself, sis. No one wants to beat the dust web off your poon or the cobwebs, beat the dust off the cobwebs of your poon. It's just, listen, common sense. You're not even fertile. If this guy's going to be messing with a younger woman, she gives him vitality. She gives him life. My woman says that. Why they like older women. In the rest of the world, that's normal. They want a man that has his career in order, has built up some finances, can support a family. Younger women are fertile, want kids, still feminine, not damaged by getting pumped and dumped. Older women have been through the ringer. Why would you, as a 50-year-old man, date a 45-year-old woman, 40-year-old woman, when you could get one that's 25 to 30, can have kids, is vibrant, still has the gusto for life, makes you feel younger? Be around an energetic person, not a nag, not somebody talking about my back hurts when she gets up every day or having fucking hot flashes and shit because of her menopause. Come on, bro.
So much love to give.
By 60, she's figured out her weight change, her skin change. A woman has gone through menopause.
Leftover.
What the fuck? Is she seriously selling menopause as a perk? Please drop a like on the video if you think that older women have no clue what men truly want, and comment down below what you think. Because seriously, how completely tone deaf can you be to pitch menopause as an argument to date a 60-year-old? That is crazy.
She's embraced her new sexuality that she has back. So guys, I have to say, I think you're missing it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to pass on the 60-year-old vag. I'm sure it's just as good.
It's right here in front of you, and maybe you're not ready for that.
Oh, I'm definitely not ready.
Nobody wants that shit.
But in all seriousness, this just shows you that older women do not get what guys truly want, or they simply don't care, which is fine. But then don't complain with these older men that do take care of themselves and are financial.
I think we're letting them off the hook too much in saying that they don't get it. They're far more cunning than that shit. Because they themselves at their age were going after older men for all the financial benefits and the quality of life changes. They know exactly what they're doing. They're just upset they can't compete anymore. And they failed to secure a family and a man and a ring. So now they're single dating on the market. It's a fucking nightmare.
Financially well established, have zero interest in you and are going for the 20-year-olds. Now, what's absolutely hilarious about this whole debate is that older women always contradict themselves. For instance, they claim that 40 and 50-year-old men wanting to date 20-year-olds are losers and that these 20-year-olds are not interested in them.
That young woman is not attracted to your old ex-husband.
But at the same time, they also claim that those younger women are only with them for their money and would leave them as soon as the money runs out.
And pause. And older women are talking about being cougars now and smashing these young dudes that are 20 years old. And you really think that dynamic works? Like that guy's not using you for a new PlayStation 5 and some fucking video games? Knocking the dust off your cobwebs? You don't think so? Come on, man.
She wants the bag that comes with him. She's hoping he will kick and leave her the bucket.
So what? Even if it's true for 100% of cases, which I highly doubt, then it would still not matter, since regardless if you're dating a 20-year-old or a 40-year-old, it is the same rigged game, just with better prices at the lower end. Since all women are interested in the financial health of a man, some are just a bit more classy about it.
Take this from someone who is married to a rich and successful man, and all women want it. We can never say that we don't.
I just had all 5 of my niggas pay for all my expenses out here, period. Room, rental, wig, hair, nails, feet, and my friendship.
Be brave enough to tell men that you want him to provide. It doesn't need to be a luxurious lifestyle. It doesn't need to be a crazy amount of money.
You see?
But in the time when you have small children, you guys need to be able to live this.
Do you really think that 40 and 50-year-old women do not care about how much money a guy makes, or the job that he has, or if he owns a house, what car he drives, or how much he has saved? Of course they do. Some might even care a whole lot more about this than women in their early 20s. The only difference is that for older women, the money is just one out of a 1,000-point list of bullshit that they want the guy to meet. Whereas some younger women just say, I want a rich guy and fuck everything else.
If you're ready to drop the dusties and date wealthy men, then listen the hell up.
Story time on how I met my millionaire boyfriend.
Where to meet billionaires out in New York, billionaires with a B.
I'm going to teach you how to attract a rich man into your life.
And this all have to do with the dirty little secret of modern feminism, which is that despite all of the propaganda of the girl boss and being independent, young women still massively love spending money a whole lot more than they love making it. And so a lot of them would much rather have easy money by having a guy make it for them so that they don't have to do the 60 to 80 hours a week grind.
When I complain about work and people are like, well, get a new job then. I'm like, no, I don't like working.
Does anyone else feel like they're absolutely drowning financially?
Oh, the tears.
As a single 29-year-old woman.
Oh, I need a man. Save me.
I have 3 jobs and I'm still struggling. And I'm just
Pay
getting
your
myself farther and farther into credit card debt because I don't have enough.
I'm one of those people where I don't care how broke I am. I will never want extra hours at a job. I will never cover for anyone. I really want to work as least as possible.
I'm going to show you guys an insane case that perfectly highlights just how much young women prefer easy money over working hard and using their brains. But before I do, it's important to establish what a rich older guy truly is. Because a lot of older women like to throw out the argument that you're not DiCaprio or Bezos, so you can't get a younger girl. But that's just hope, since you don't have to be a billionaire to be considered a financially well-off guy.
You just gotta go overseas, playboy. Get you a passport.
All of these guys here
Game
are nobodies. They're not billionaires, and they're dating much younger women.
Everyone, get ready with me. I'm here with my boyfriend, Mark. Mark is 44 and I'm 20, and he has 2 children.
Since being financially well off just means you are financially well off compared to your surroundings. You see, if you make $65K a year living in Manhattan, then yeah, you're basically broke living on food stamps. But if you make $65K a year living in Kentucky or West Virginia, you make more than the average household combined, and you can buy an entire house for as little as $200,000 in one of the safest cities and extremely safe states, and you can really live a comfortable life.
Now imagine you make $65K and you're living in Thailand or the Philippines or Eastern Europe. Oh, buddy, you're in the top 1%. You're making money like doctors, lawyers, high-end politicians. Talk about living a well-off life there.
Plenty of money to spare for traveling and spoiling a hot 20-year-old if you choose to do so.
I'm saying if you're on a date and he wants to pay for the bill, don't fight him. Let him do it.
Older men are obsessed with potential. They love a girl who works out, who is very well put together, who has the clean girl and kind of innocent girl look.
Do you really want to have to come to terms with the fact that you spent 30 or 40 years climbing a corporate ladder you didn't even give a shit about? I'm only saying this because I love you. You could be traveling the world right now.
This brings us to the question of why would younger women want to be dating older men if the main benefit of doing so is simply being provided for, and we are now living in a time where young women can easily do that for themselves? Well, it's quite simple. You see, providing a nice, comfortable life for yourself is indeed possible for most women in the West, but it's not easy.
People are always saying that the average American makes $45,000 a year. Where does the average American work? I want to make $45,000 a year. Are you kidding me? The most I have ever made is $30,000 in a year.
You have to either learn a blue-collar trade and do hard physical labor to make good money, or you have to build a successful business that also requires hard work, stress, and a lot of dedication. Or you can go the classic route of working your ass off to get into a good college, graduate, and then spend the next 10 to 20 years grinding at a company to earn a massive salary and great benefits.
And that's why they hate that chick right here. They hate this chick, bro, right here, this one. She's living her, this dude's putting in all the work. She made the smart choice, used her youth and her beauty, got herself an older man. The dude has 2 kids. He already had a family, all this shit. And he's got a secure life. His wife fucked up leaving him because she had it made. Oh, well, her loss. Now he gets a young chick, probably even more kids because she was pregnant when she was walking in the mall. And her life is set. Another woman that has to work the corporate grind looks at this and hates that she took the, quote, easy route. That's what they call it, easy route. No one fucking made you take the hard route. That's the problem. You got propagandized into a lifestyle that is against your best interest. And now you want to drag everybody else down. Crabs in a bucket mentality, man. It's insane.
Of working your ass off to get into a good college, graduate, and then spend the next 10 to 20 years grinding at a company to earn a massive salary and great benefits. However, the question is, how many of them actually want to put the work in to get to that level?
I have to go back to the office on Monday the 31st, and I can't even go into my local office. They're making us drive to the closest district office, which is an hour and a half one way from me.
Oh.
I know, y'all. I know that y'all probably think that this isn't a big deal.
I would rather be extremely broke with free time than rich and working all the time. I really hate working.
I've just quit my full-time job and I've got no plan, no money, no next job.
Good job there.
But I feel free.
So clearly, we're now living in a time where we have a generation that wants to live the most comfortable life possible for the least amount of work done. And so nothing proves this hypothesis of young women wanting an easy life and easy money more than the invention of OnlyFans.
I've cried so much over this decision to quit.
I remember this chick.
You know, because it's a stressful decision. But moving on to doing OnlyFans.
My God, man. OnlyFans did to women's self-respect what Ozempic did to body positivity. It absolutely nuked it.
I'm no longer bound by the expectations of an academic institution or the constraints of a corporate office. I can comfortably wake up each day and decide what I want to learn.
So this right here is Zara Dar, and she went viral for leaving a PhD program in bioengineering and computer science to go do OF. all because she wanted to make more money a lot easier.
For example, although my OnlyFans has been a side project while I pursued my PhD, I've been able to make over $1 million. With that, I helped my family pay off their mortgage, I bought myself a car, and thankfully I avoided taking out any student loans. Now I have an investment portfolio and I'm planning on buying my own house soon.
I mean, just think about it. This girl had a bachelor's degrees in bioengineering and computer science, a master's in computer science, and was accepted into a PhD program for computer science, which would have easily landed her a top job at any Silicon Valley company or any New York-based banking or consulting firm. At any of these companies, she would easily be making between $300,000 and $500,000 a year on day one. Not only because of her degrees, but look at her. She ticks off like 15 DI boxes, which up until not too long ago was basically the star in Super Mario Kart. Sorry, can't show any Nintendo stuff. It's safer to show ISIS beheading videos than anything Nintendo makes, because they will come for you and you will suffer.
Wow.
Anyways, Zara Dar here perfectly embodies why older men and younger women work so well together, because millions of women want the same thing Zara wants, but they don't want to debase themselves online.
I'm saying if you're on a date and he wants to pay for the bill, don't fight him. Let him do it.
But he doesn't need to pay for my flight, but he's welcome to pay for my flight.
Because yes, even though OF offers young women an easy and fast way to make a lot of money, it does come at a serious price, and having an older boyfriend or husband who spoils you and treats you well is a lot more healthy and respectable than spreading your cheeks online for cash. This is why dating advice on how to find a rich guy is so popular.
If you want to date a wealthy man with a lot of money, but you don't know where to find them, I'm going to tell you where to go.
Sitting at a bar alone is not how you're going to meet a six-figure man. And if you want to know the best way, then keep watching.
So clearly, young women and older men offer each other a perfect value exchange, and if you can add genuine interest and love on top of that, then you basically have a 10 out of 10 relationship. And some older women do actually get this.
Because a lot of older women become jaded and they may be abrasive and difficult to deal with. But ultimately, younger women are just naturally more beautiful. If you ask a man if he's going to pick a woman the same age or like 2 years younger than him and a woman who's 10 years younger than him with all of the other same character traits, of course he's going to pick the younger woman. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Now, for the ones that don't get it, they want to bring in the most pathetic excuse I've ever heard, which is that 21 and 22-year-old women are too young to date older men.
Yeah, the infantilization. This is a snake eating its own tail. This is where feminism ends up destroying itself. It's like you remove all accountability and responsibility from women, which is the very thing they fought for in the very beginning. They wanted equal treatment. They wanted responsibility and accountability the same as men. They wanted to be equal in society. Now they're fighting for, and they're saying this shit out loud, that even as a 21, 22-year-old, you're mentally deficient in some way. You can't make your own decisions regarding who you date. That's insane that we've come that far. And nobody on this aisle, on their aisle, is questioning it like, wait a second, what do you mean? You mean 21, 22, we're still too dumb to make our own choices? Wait a second. It's men's fault. Again, genius there. Truly 9,000 IQ move.
And why? Because their prefrontal cortex hasn't fully developed yet.
Because the younger person is still developing their frontal cortex. I've talked about this online and I get a lot of pushback. Like, you're just old and bitter.
Okay, so the argument here is that a 21 or even 22-year-old adult woman is still too underdeveloped mentally to decide on whether or not she wants to have 40-year-old inside of her. What the actual
20, 21, 22-year-old girls, young women. I would say this stops being applicable from like 30 plus, because I think 30 plus, everybody is an adult.
It is so ironic that women do not see how incredibly condescending that argument is, because you're basically saying that they are babies that aren't capable of fully analyzing all of the risk and danger associated.
When I was 21 years old, I still had that naivety to me, to the dating scene as well.
I mean, there's just no way to because you're manipulating someone who is not aware of what they're giving you, and it's unfair.
Fine, if you really want to make the argument, then let's treat every single woman under the age of 23 as a fucking toddler, because apparently, unlike 22-year-olds, I actually knew from the moment I was born that I did not want to fuck a 40-year-old man. Okay? Didn't need 23 years of...
No, it's even simpler, bro. If they want to make this argument that you're not fully developed because your prefrontal cortex, and at what age does that happen? That lady said about 30 is where you really become sentient in your own decision making. Cool, you can't vote until you're 30 if you're a woman. Can't get a car until you're 30 as a woman because you're lacking your prefrontal cortex. Like, you suck at driving, you're going to cause accidents. You don't know how to make decisions when changing lanes. You can't hold liquor or alcohol and be held accountable. You can't drink. You're not allowed to drink. You're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to probably date because it's better for you not to until you're 30. And then you can make your own decisions cognitively. Why not make that argument then? Is that where we're going? Because this is the infantilization I talked about earlier. So cool, if that's the case, bro, immediately. I wonder what the demographic swing would be like, especially in election outcomes. Imagine if you had to be 30 years or older as a woman to vote. Imagine. What would that do to society? That's what they're arguing here. You're too dumb to make your own decisions. You shouldn't be allowed to vote. You shouldn't be allowed to do anything then. Can't go to war. Can't drive a car. Can't enjoy a lot of the things adults enjoy, the rights that we have until you become an adult yourself, which, according to some of these women, is at 30. Okay, some say 25. Fine, then 25. This is the argument they're making, ladies. You should be pushing back really hard against this stuff. And the crickets that we're hearing tells us all we need to know.
Prefrontal cortex development to decide on that. But if 22-year-old women are still such little babies that they can't decide on that because they can't assess the risk or consequences associated with it, then fine. That means you're not capable of driving or drinking
there it is. So you
or getting
it.
tattoos,
Yep.
voting.
Cool, dude. I've seen great minds think alike. I haven't seen this. This is a blind reaction. I'm glad he brought this. I'm not the only one who made that logical leap right there.
On who runs the countries? Are you crazy? No traveling by yourself, no staying in hotels, no Botox, no butt lifts, no fillers, no going out all night, no clubbing, no living on your own, and definitely no social media. Because clearly you are just a little girl that needs to be protected from all of the big, evil, manipulative men.
And hear me out. When I was 25, I dated somebody who was 10 years older than me. So I fell into the trap. So like he finally like gets to be 40 years old or something and like makes his way up the social ladder a bit and uses that to try to lure in little girls.
It absolutely blows my mind that grown-ass women are still trying to infantilize themselves so much just so they can avoid any type of responsibility for their own actions.
But I am younger. It has taken me longer to learn stuff.
Don't infantilize yourself. Everyone your age is so infantilizing, right? I don't understand. Everyone is maturing so much slower, and everyone is obsessed with, I'm young, I'm a kid.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel every single time I hear this bull about prefrontal cortex, and all that it does is make women look like a complete joke. Like, how are we supposed to respect or see women as equals when they still want to pretend that they're children at 22?
20, 21, 22-year-old girls.
To try to lure in little girls.
From like 30 plus, because I think 30 plus, everybody is an adult.
That is simply pathetic. But we all know what they're doing here. We know that they don't even believe this nonsense themselves, since every single chance they get, they scream about how women are these powerful goddesses with divine energy and can rule the world.
When you're a high priestess, goddess, spiritual being, intuitive, divine feminine that has already activated their powers.
Yeah, a goddess who can decide on whether or not...
That was the craziest wizard slop, witch slop I've ever heard. The fuck? Dude, I've never heard this combination of words come out in the modern world. You hear
feminine that has already activated their power. When you're a high priestess, goddess, spiritual being, intuitive, divine feminine that has already...
This bitch plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. She's like summoning some fucking trap card magician shit. I've never in my life, bro. This combination just blew me away. What?
Activated their powers.
Yeah.
You activated my witch card. Mercury is in retrograde. What the fuck?
Goddess who can't decide on whether or not to date someone. Real powerful. Anyways, another example of this total nonsense and never taking accountability is the excuse that men are simply too afraid to commit or express their love for a woman.
Because there is nothing more unattractive than a man nearing his 30s or in his 30s or in his 20s or whenever that is scared to voice
masculine woman, masculine behavior. Masculine caricature. Look at the way she speaks, the way she moves, her energy. This is From that one conversation from the private community that I showed you guys, this would be considered a trans woman today. This is a masculine trying to be a broken woman, a broken masculine woman with no or very little feminine qualities. They've all been beaten and propagandized out of her. This is what it looks like. This person is eternally depressed, anxious, probably on pharmacological pills just to make it throughout the day, struggles to keep a man, gets used, pumped and dumped just for what's in between her legs, fails to connect to the masculine man because there's no feminine polarity there, and blames everybody but herself. She could have been in a protected household. She could have been a mother to multiple kids. She could have had a loving man take care of her, but she didn't. She got brought up in a feminized world that taught her masculine qualities were really what makes a woman a woman. She doesn't even have any feminine qualities of herself, will never build them because society doesn't reward that, and fails to break out of this trap, this mental cage, because she doesn't even have maybe the IQ or the people around her or society or something that can help her be introspective and escape said trap. Welcome to the modern world, dude. This goes so much deeper than we think.
His feelings that does not want to does not want to show people that he cares.
Yeah, it's totally not due to the fact that as some women get older, just like this one here, they start to get a lot more jaded and they get rejected a lot more.
I mean, look at this slop, bro. Never be scared to crash out in front of a man. Once you've experienced your own energy, you understand why they always come back. What kind of slop shit is this? 1 month post-op. She's so experienced in her own energy that she needed a fucking nose job and whatever the hell that is down there. I don't know what that is. That's how confident you are in yourself. You needed to get surgery to love yourself. These are the most shallow people you could ever find. More.
And why are you so insecure in your own feelings and emotions that you can't tell the woman that you're with that you absolutely love her and that you want to keep her, and
is that Canadian? That sounds like a Toronto accent, is it?
That you want her to every single day and that she's beautiful and she's gorgeous.
Oh man, this is what hitting the wall at lightning speed looks like. Just complete chaos in that brain, not knowing what to do. This is the type of woman that blames everything and anyone in the universe for why her relationships keep failing, but refuses to take any accountability or place any blame on the one factor that is clearly at fault.
And I want to make a very important note that I don't hate all men. I hate wounded men. I hate immature men. I hate narcissistic men. I hate predatory men. The fact that 95% of society and of men are like that is the problem.
Everywhere that I walk into, I walk in as if I own the place. I ask questions. I don't care about how annoying I can be or...
just imagine.
Damn, that's so crazy. Imagine gaslighting yourself and literally projecting all your worst qualities onto the world while acting like you're offering solutions or diagnosing the problem. The problem being other men and not yourself. Fuck me, dude. How did we get here? That shit is crazy. Women are the power. If you're the power, but all you get around is broken men, then doesn't that mean this women with the power broke the men and therefore women are responsible and accountable for all the broken men? Fuck, dude, it's like their brain doesn't work. It's this shit is crazy. Western women literally have broken brains. This shit is fucking wild. I don't even, fuck this. Dude, I can't begin to describe how fucking much of a relief, how great it feels to be around real feminine women. To go overseas and be treated like a man, respected like a man, looked up to like a man should be. To understand the value of a man, what a man brings to the table, and be praised for that. What the fuck, dude? I literally wake up, my woman cooks me breakfast. She asks me, are you hungry? What do you want to eat? Makes me food. Doesn't question it. Likes watching me eat what she cooks. There is no adversarial nature there. We're not combative with each other. It doesn't go, why should I fucking cook for you? What are you doing for me? Yeah, I don't want to do your... She's doing laundry right now as I'm recording. Literally cleaning up the bathroom, making the bed, fluffing the pillows. Already cooked for me before I even recorded this episode. Asked me what I wanted to eat later. Bro, I just barely ate breakfast. Giving me space. Close the door. I told her, you could be out here. You could be watching Netflix behind me. My mic won't catch anything. You could... Doesn't. I don't want to disturb you while you're working. The fuck, bro? And meanwhile, dudes are coming home to these kinds of women and dealing with this shit. That's why I tell you guys, get your fucking passport, dude. Work on yourself. Get your mind, get your body, get your spirit all aligned. Have your purpose in life. Find it. Listen, testosterone. This was a big topic that I had on the second channel yesterday. I'm not even fucking joking. Check this out. Go here, search my second channel, watch the testosterone crisis, what's happening to male hormones and how to fight back. I just give you guys a rundown of the shit I do that's helped me, helped other men around me. That's the first step. Get your hormones in balance. Go work out, guys. Get your body. I don't mean just the gym either. Gym's not even fucking important. Physical activities in general. Go hiking, go rock climbing, go biking. I don't give a shit. Whatever it is, you got to get active again. That balances your hormones. And that has an effect on your mind, your mental clarity, the mental fog, the ability to generate new ideas, stabilizing your emotions and your emotional reactivity. All of this shit, man, your self-confidence, everything, your ability to chase long-term goals, all this comes back when you pursue something physical. And I'll have an episode that comes out later today that deals with exactly that, why it's important to become a master of your own physicality as a man. Socrates had a quote about that, and I have it in the video. Seriously, guys, check out the second channel if you haven't. Get away from the West and this degeneracy. Find women that really bring out your masculine essence. All the wizard speak that bitch was talking about actually exist in women overseas, and they don't have to do fucking witch talk about it. They embody it naturally because they were raised to be real feminine women. Fucking nuts, dude. Anyways, if you haven't, dude, subscribe to the second channel. Join us on the private community. We do talk about topics like this 4 or 5 times a week. Love to have conversations with you guys. And also shout outs to everybody that's been doing the private consults. It's been a blast talking to you. As usual, boys, protect yourself, your time, your money, and your wallet. And we'll see you on the next one.